For years, you've felt it. A quiet sickness in the financial world. An invisible burden weighing down your investments, especially if you're an XRP holder. You've watched, you've waited, maybe you've even doubted. While others soared, XRP seemed constrained. Like a powerful heart, full of potential, but held back by an invisible, suffocating disease. But what if I told you that the very illness that plagued XRP for so long wasn't a death sentence, but a forced hibernation? A period where the digital asset built an unprecedented immunity, preparing for a parabolic surge that will shake the financial world to its core? This isn't just about market movements. This is about a radical medical breakthrough in finance, a cure for the common investor's woes, and it's happening right now, putting XRP holders on the cusp of becoming very rich. The secret lies in understanding a hidden biological process that governs all markets, and how XRP just completed its ultimate clinical trial. Every healthy organism, and every healthy market, has a metabolism. Periods of slow intake, efficient processing, and then explosive growth. Think of it like your own body. You eat, digest, and then use that energy to build muscle to grow. But for years, the market's metabolism seemed broken for XRP. While Bitcoin and Ethereum had their growth spurts, XRP was like a patient in a coma, seemingly inert. This anomaly, this flat line in its chart, led many to dismiss it as a dead asset, a relic of a forgotten era. They completely missed the critical truth. XRP wasn't dead. It was in a deep strategic hibernation, undergoing a profound internal transformation. I'm going to reveal the exact medical data, the on-chain metrics, the regulatory shifts, and the geopolitical tremors that confirm XRP's awakening. We'll look at the current Ripple XRP price dynamics and show you precisely how its long-term disease has just been cured, paving the way for a wealth transfer unlike anything you've ever witnessed. This isn't hype, it's a diagnosis, and the prognosis for XRP holders is very rich. For those of you who've followed XRP for years, you know the name of its longest, most insidious infection, the SEC lawsuit. This wasn't just a legal battle, it was a microscopic virus injected directly into XRP's bloodstream, preventing its cells from replicating, from growing, from performing its core functions. Every potential partnership, every major exchange listing, every institutional investor looked at Ripple SEC updates and saw a giant red flag, a warning sign to stay away. It paralyzed adoption, stifled growth, and led to years of frustration. But here's the unsettling truth that most investors, even loyal XRP holders, don't fully grasp. What if this legal infection wasn't truly about stopping XRP, but rather about delaying its inevitable rise until key global players were ready? And what if the antidote to this infection just silently completed its final trial, paving the way for an explosive, unstoppable surge in the Ripple XRP price? The SEC lawsuit was indeed a massive, painful legal lymph node, a swollen gland of regulation that trapped XRP's potential. But here's the crucial medical insight. When your body fights an infection, it builds immunity. For XRP, this lawsuit forced it to build an unprecedented regulatory immunity. Unlike any other crypto, XRP now has a court-mandated clarity, especially regarding its programmatic sales not being a security. This partial victory, as some called it, was actually the first dose of the antidote. We've just heard from the CEO of SBI Holdings, Yoshitaka Kitao, a titan in traditional finance and a massive Ripple partner, stating unequivocally that once the Ripple SEC updates conclude, XRP will be a very high price. He's not just speculating, he's witnessing the final stages of this clinical trial. This clarity isn't just theoretical, it's the seal of approval that central banks, financial institutions, and global corporations have been waiting for. The years of legal limbo, the sickness, have ironically created the most robust, legally clear digital asset on the planet, ready for its explosive breakout. This immunity, this hard-won clarity, is the first vital reason why XRP holders are about to be very rich. But here's where the real breakthrough begins. The legal battle was just one barrier. What if the very global arteries of finance are now undergoing a profound transformation, creating a direct, unavoidable superhighway for XRP to dominate cross-border payments? The implications are staggering. Think of the current global financial system as a congested, inefficient old highway, plagued by traffic jams and endless tolls. Cross-border payments, especially, are slow, expensive, and opaque, like clogged arteries in a patient with severe heart disease. For years, the world needed a heart bypass operation for its financial system. Now, every major nation, every central bank, is scrambling to implement central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. They are desperate for a faster, cheaper, more efficient way to move trillions. But here's the crucial question. Who is building the actual infrastructure for these new digital currencies? Who is providing the underlying plumbing that will connect these global financial systems? And how does XRP, with its unique technology and partnerships, stand to become the ultimate indispensable blood vessel in this newly rewired global economy, leading to an unprecedented surge in the Ripple XRP price and making its holders truly very rich? The heart bypass operation of global finance is underway, and Ripple and XRP are building the new digital arteries. It's called On-Demand Liquidity, ODL, and it uses XRP as a bridge currency to facilitate instantaneous, incredibly cheap cross-border payments. No more pre-funding, no more expensive nostro vostro accounts, no more weeks of waiting. This is like replacing clogged, ancient pipes with hyper-efficient, smart digital conduits. We're seeing major companies launching XRP treasuries, signaling their intent to hold XRP long-term, viewing it as a stable and legitimate investment. On top of that, tokenization continues to heat up on the XRP ledger, with names like Anando, Arcix, OpenEden, and Guggenheim leading the charge. This isn't just about moving money, it's about putting the world's assets, real estate, stocks, commodities, onto the blockchain, and XRP is positioned as a primary rail. The SEC lawsuit's impending conclusion gives these institutions the seal of approval they needed. They aren't just looking at the Ripple XRP price, they're looking at its utility, its speed, and its unparalleled efficiency for the future of global finance. This massive fundamental utility adoption is the second undeniable reason XRP holders are about to be very rich. But even with legal clarity and global utility, there's another more subtle shift occurring. What if the very energy source of the entire crypto market is about to be redirected, creating a gravitational pull specifically towards XRP? A hidden force that even Bitcoin maximalists are now begrudgingly acknowledging and fearing. We've seen the regulatory cure and the digital arteries being laid for XRP. But every organism needs energy to thrive. In crypto, that energy comes from market liquidity and demand, often influenced by supply. For too long, the market's energy field seemed dominated by Bitcoin. But now, something profound is happening in the background. The available supply of XRP on exchanges is rapidly dwindling, creating what we call a supply shock. It's like a vast reservoir suddenly seeing its water levels drop drastically, while demand for that water is surging. At the same time, we're witnessing Bitcoin dominance, the measure of its market gravity, starting to weaken. What does this dual phenomenon, a shrinking supply of XRP coupled with a shift in the market's dominant energy field, truly signify for the Ripple XRP price? And how will this create the perfect storm, a vacuum effect that will inevitably pull the price of XRP into its parabolic next phase, making its holders very rich? The dwindling supply of XRP on exchanges is no accident. It's a direct consequence of long-term holders accumulating and institutions entering the market. This creates a powerful supply shock, less available XRP to meet increasing demand, which fundamentally drives price upward. And here's the kicker. This is happening at a time when Bitcoin's gravitational pull, its dominance, is showing cracks. The energy is redistributing. Just look at the raw data. In the past year, XRP has outperformed Bitcoin by almost 5x. And against Ethereum, which is still down on the yearly, XRP is up over 450%. This isn't just a fleeting rally. It's a fundamental rebalancing of the market's energy. Even Bitcoin maximalists, who once ridiculed XRP, are now focused on it, some even fearing it. The fact that they can no longer ignore the strength of XRP is a testament to its undeniable, unstoppable momentum. The combination of decreasing supply, increasing institutional and retail demand, and the market shifting focus from Bitcoin to high-utility altcoins like XRP sets the stage for an explosive Ripple XRP price surge, solidifying why XRP holders are about to be very rich. But there's one final profound secret, an underlying genetic code that few understand. What if XRP was always designed for this moment? What if its entire history, its very DNA, has been setting it up to not just rise, but to surpass giants, fulfilling a prophecy that was laughed at for years? For years, loyal XRP holders were called clowns, delusional, bag holders. They said XRP would never reach new all-time highs after 2017. They said it was a banker's coin, a scam. They laughed when the SEC lawsuit hit, thinking it was the death blow. Yet, during the 2021 bull run, even handicapped and delisted, XRP managed to hit almost $2. What if these failures, these setbacks, were never failures at all, but critical stages in its evolution? Like a caterpillar entering its chrysalis, undergoing a painful transformation before emerging as a butterfly. What if XRP's very DNA, its core design and historical trajectory, has always pointed to this moment, a pre-programmed destiny to rise from the ashes like a phoenix and eventually flip giants? And how will this inherent genetic code manifest in a parabolic surge that utterly redefines the Ripple XRP price charts and catapults XRP holders into unprecedented wealth? The stage is undeniably set. The regulatory immunity is forged, the global digital arteries are laid, the supply shock is here, and the market's energy is shifting. But at the absolute epicenter of this impending explosion? XRP. Its unique position in global payments, its unparalleled speed, its deep institutional partnerships with giants, and its readiness for real-world utility make it the prime candidate for a move that will defy all expectations. For years, XRP has faced regulatory headwinds, like a champion boxer fighting with one hand tied behind his back. But the clouds are parting, the final legal clarity is on the cusp of full realization. When that final hurdle is cleared, combined with the unprecedented global liquidity entering the system, the resulting surge will be unlike anything we've witnessed. This is no longer a question of if, but when. The confluence of these forces means the XRP parabolic stage is now set. This is stage 3 of its growth cycle, the explosive no-holds-barred phase where price discovery happens at warp speed. The largest crypto supply shock is brewing, and as supply dwindles on exchanges and demand from institutions and awakened retail explodes, the Ripple XRP price must follow. This isn't just about making money, it's about participating in a historic, unprecedented wealth transfer. For those who understand these dynamics, who have positioned themselves, the phrase "we will be rich" is about to become a tangible, life-altering reality. XRP is not just a cryptocurrency, it's a financial revolution, and you are on the ground floor. Most of the world, especially the mainstream financial media, is still completely oblivious. They are distracted by old news, by fear, by uncertainty. They will only report on this after the fact, when assets like XRP, HBAR, SUI, and XLM have already surged beyond their wildest imaginings. They are not ready for the sheer speed, the scale, or the explosive velocity of this next move. They will be left behind, watching in disbelief, wondering how they missed it. But you are different. You are here. You have the knowledge. You see the undeniable signals. This strategic advantage, this foresight, is what separates the few who will truly benefit from this unprecedented market shift, from the many who will only watch from the sidelines. This is your moment to act, to finalize your positions, and to brace for the parabolic journey ahead. This is your chance to rewrite your financial future. The final squeeze is coming, the one that pushes the Ripple XRP price far beyond anyone's wildest dreams. You now understand the profound interconnected forces aligning to create the biggest altcoin surge in history. You're no longer blind to the truth. You know why XRP's legal immunity, its role in global digital arteries, the looming supply shock, and its unique genetic code are all paving the way for it to make you very rich beyond your expectations. If this video has ignited your understanding and conviction, if you feel the surge of possibility, then do 2 crucial things right now. Smash that like button. Let's show the algorithm we're ready. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you never miss another critical update that can truly change your financial trajectory. And if you're ready to dive even deeper, to identify the next wave of altcoins, the truly hidden gems beyond these giants that are set to explode right after this initial surge, especially as XRP leads the charge, then you must watch my next video. I reveal the top 5 under-the-radar altcoins primed for 1000x gains after XRP's next surge. The link is on your screen now and in the description below. Your financial destiny is calling. Click that video, and let's claim it together.